Well, hi everybody. I am Mia Krishnaswamy. For those of you who might not know me, I live in Norfolk, Massachusetts, and my husband Don and I are a part of LifeVantage. I've been a part of LifeVantage for probably 12 years, although I sat on the opportunity for a little while. I had to get out of my own head about it, and this is my first network marketing experience. So my sister Marisa is the one that introduced this to me. And, she sent the bigwig, Maria Williams, to my house to sit down with me and show me this in more detail because I wasn't really, you know, taking her seriously. So she did the right thing. She had great third party validation, that's for sure. And at any rate, so Marisa introduced this to me, and then Maria Williams gave me more of an in-depth picture. I still didn't do anything with it for a couple of years. I'm just going to say I had to get out of my head and into my heart and get the belief behind myself being able to do this. So my husband Don and I have a background in the performing arts. Don went to Juilliard. He's a violist and composer, and I went to Cincinnati Conservatory. My background's in the Broadway and opera genres. So we did that for years. I did that for years. He's still doing it. I still sing, but I sing in church. So that's a little bit of my story. Um, when this was introduced to me, I just thought, this is so not my world. So that was really, where I had to grow in my belief about doing this. Um, and just see that, when I share a performance with somebody, I'm really passionate about it when they're really good. And I had to see that this is no different. I was passionate about being healthy and living a healthy life and aging well. So finally, after watching my sister build this for a couple years, I saw the hope. I saw the possibility. I saw that we could have more in our lives, and that the next 5 years didn't have to look the same as how we were living. My sister knew we had a need. And so that's really my story. When I plugged in, things started to change. Isn't that true for all of us? So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to be talking about follow up and how the fortune is in the follow up. Um, can you see my screen, Christy? Yeah?
I can see your screen and it says loading, dot, dot, dot.
So
What do you
you,
see?
do you see the picture that we share every week?
Nope, I just see it says loading.
Loading. It says your screen share is paused. Why? Hmm.
Um,
Your screen share is paused. Why?
um,
Maybe
Hmm.
stop it and
why don't
try
you,
again.
yeah, why don't
Stop
you,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
stop
okay.
it and then start it again.
Click share.
Click share.
And then
And
share desktop.
you are sharing on another desktop. Your screen share is paused. Ugh.
Oh, um,
Hmm.
Do
I
you
don't,
have two screens?
No.
No? Okay.
Let me
uh,
see. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I've never seen that pop
I
up.
never have seen it either. Exit, click to exit full screen. Loading. Can you see
Oh,
that?
yep.
Now should I click
Oh wait, no,
slideshow?
Yep.
don't click slideshow. Go
That's
over,
why.
yeah, go
Okay.
over to where it says file
Yep.
and then this is different than mine.
Are you sure not slideshow?
I
You.
I
it
think
should say
slideshow.
from okay, try that again then. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
Nope, there
I
we go.
see it.
here
Okay.
we go.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Thank God I've got other people on here helping me drive.
That's what it's all about.
So, our last training was on the inviting people to a tool and helping educate them on our opportunity and products. So now what? Wouldn't it just be wonderful if they ordered right on the spot? Yes? Unfortunately, we know it doesn't always happen that way. Most of the time, it probably doesn't happen that way. So, do we love following up? I don't know, maybe not really, but it's true what they say, the fortune is in the follow up, right? So when I'm working with consultants on my team and they tell me I'm working so hard, I've had so many conversations, I've sent out so many invites and tools and links and added them to our Facebook groups. You guys have Vitality Rocks, we have Vitality Living, and all the things. I'm doing all the things, but nothing is happening. It's just like they don't get it, right? Well, we all know that we have to have a system to track these follow-ups. And a lot of people appreciate the digital tracker. There are those that prefer a paper tracker because they can see it. They need to be like visually looking at it. And sometimes things get lost in cyberspace for others. But the answer is we know that it doesn't just take 1 to 2 times. So take a look at these stats. Can you see that? Because I can see all these pictures on the side, and I just want to be sure that everybody is
Yep,
able to see my
it's
screen.
perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Mhm.
Okay. So 20% of consultants follow up with their prospects only one time with a 1% success rate. So you can look at this 48% 2 times, have an average success rate of 3%, 14% 3 times, have an average success rate of 4%. 12% of consultants follow up 4 times and have an average success rate of 10%. 6% of consultants follow up 5 times with an average success rate of, can you believe this number? 81%. So look at that, 20% following up 1 time, 1% success rate. 6% following up 5 times, an average success rate of 81%. So therefore, we see that it takes at least 5 exposures of a tool before someone's ready to make a decision. It doesn't always end up that way, but this is about building relationships. We know that we're in a relationship business, and it's just about nurturing those connections and demonstrating interest in other people, showing that we truly care about them. That's what people feel. And, we all know nobody likes to be sold to, but they can tell if you care about them. And so, give them the tools that they need to make an educated decision and provide that value with each follow up. I'm going to give an example of this. I met somebody Wednesday night at a networking group that I'm a part of. She was a guest. And so when we went around the table and everybody was sharing their, little pitch, she simply said, I'm just happy to be here. I had an accident. I'm in a lot of pain and I wish I wasn't. And, so and so invited me and so I'm here. Well, in a side conversation that I had with her, I asked her what went on, and she, is dealing with, pain from surgery. She's still not well. And I said, well, I have some products that I think would be very helpful to you. Are you open to hearing about them? She said, sure. She gave me her contact information. The next day I sent her the ABC Primetime. And I also sent her a short video on the Healthy Glow Stack and sent her a little follow-up message like, I think this would really help you. And she said, I'll take some time to look at it. Fine, I left it at that, except that I did say, if you get to it today, just letting you know I have a discount code that expires tomorrow if you're interested. So bottom line, I left it at that. I was at Whole Foods that night. She texted me and said, Mia, send me the information that I need to order and your discount code. This was somebody that I simply met the night before. So we just don't know, but she felt my genuine care for her. So we don't know if it's going to take, 5 follow-ups with somebody. It can, and we all know that. So, but the whole point is that follow up is what keeps our business alive, right? It's not going to be their top priority. Life gets in the way. It's priority to us because we know the science, it's tried and true. We know the studies, we know so much about what we have to share. So we get very passionate about that. Somebody else is not wearing the same hat. So we just have to be patient with that. So great reasons to follow up. Somebody's birthday, a holiday, there's an event in their city, new product launch, new product testimonial, incentives that our company is doing, or we can do our own team incentives, or you can do your own personal incentive. Whatever it is that helps somebody come around to really see what it is you have to share. Maybe there is a media news story like ringing the closing bell on the NASDAQ, or being, featured in Forbes magazine, or Newsweek, whatever it is, right? But having a reason to follow up. And, I thought of you because I had somebody who was a nurse practitioner, just like this example here, and I got another nurse practitioner on the phone with them, and I zipped my lip because I'm telling you the conversation that was going on between the two of them, there's no way I could have, answered that way. So, just having a reason to follow up, tracking those follow-ups, whether it's your paper system, whether it's the digital tracker, reminding them what piqued their interest from the very beginning, and just, staying consistent with that. People probably know that you're in a health and wellness space. So maybe when the timing is right, they'll think of you. It's a very competitive space, we know, but we also know that there's no one that can say that they have a product that's clinically proven to increase lifespan. I mean, we are the only people that can say that. And that's huge. That spells opportunity. If somebody has an entrepreneurial bone in their body, that's going to open up the door of conversation. So, and if you've made a mistake, and we all have, we've all said too much, we've all tried to give the full picture without guiding them through the system, the tools that are necessary. And if you've messed up, just be honest about that, because people will respect that. It's okay to say, I did it wrong. I was so excited. Will you give me another chance? Because I just know that this is something that you at least need to know about. Is it okay to keep you in the loop? Can I add you to a Facebook group so that you can, maybe see a few examples of things that pique your interest? And then I think this is the hardest part sometimes, you know, asking for the sale, but helping them make a decision. With this person that I met last week, she would not have had a clue if I just said, I'll send you my website. I needed to guide her on what would help her, what would reduce the inflammation and help her heal from her surgery. So, you know, give options to people on how to order what you feel like would fit their needs and help them get started on their activation journey. So, again, we have a wonderful tracker in the hub. So if you don't have a digital contact tracker that you're using, go to the hub. The tools are there, and if you don't know where that is, ask your enroller. They can help you. Go back to invites that you've given over the last 3 months and check the actual number of times that you've followed up with these people. And if you know that you're overdue for a follow-up, circle back around with them, using what you're learning here tonight. Um, you have a new customer. Now what? Follow-up is just as vital after someone's bought something from you. We know that this business is about retention. It's not just a one-time transaction. So we want to nurture that new customer. And a perfect example of that is I had somebody come in on the Healthy Edge stack in January, and she contacted me Sunday morning that she's dealing with some, detox issues. She's having gas, and, it's really embarrassing to her. And so I got a functional health coach on the phone with her yesterday. And the things that this person shared, because they are a science geek and they are just brilliant, there's no way I could have been, versed on what to share with this new customer. But they felt cared for after that. And so we have to be sure that we're following up even with new customers, and making sure that they know that we care about them. And, just helping to set those expectations. So also not being afraid to ask for referrals. If somebody's having a good experience, I'm so thrilled that you're loving these products and you're loving the power of activation. Gosh, is there anyone else that you know who could benefit, And that's really, um, you know, what is necessary with this whole follow-up situation. And I'm stopping sharing my screen right now because I actually have two people on. I think, well, maybe I don't. I thought I had two people on. I have one person on, and I want Jack, he's a consultant on our team, to just share his experience because I will tell you, I shared this with Jack over a decade ago, and then I'm going to let him unmute himself and tell what brought him on board because I didn't follow up with him. True confession. Jack, you're muted still. He's on his phone, so he's trying to figure out how to unmute on the phone.
I think on a phone you have to like slide,
Yeah, I
right?
think you have to slide.
And then find the microphone.
You need to touch the screen and the microphone option will show up. Just touch the screen, Jack.
Is he
And then
still there? Let's see.
I think he hung up on accident. Come back, Jack.
Come back. Come back.
We want you,
There
Come
you
Jack.
back. The Titanic. There he is. I saw him again.
Chrissy, can you unmute him?
I need to know what his phone number is, I guess.
I can give you his phone number.
Oh,
Let's see. Is he showing up on the iPhone?
It just says, is it the iPhone
Could be.
person?
Let me give you his phone number.
I can do ask to unmute. It doesn't give me
Jack,
the
you're
phone number,
there.
but I did ask to unmute.
He's the Zoom user
Oh,
down below.
oh, ask to unmute. Okay, that's all I can do. Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and
You know,
unmute everybody and then just mute yourselves. How about that?
that sounds great.
If I can. Okay, I think everybody's no, they're not unmuted. Shoot. I can't
Yeah,
un
unmute
oh,
him.
ask all to it just says ask all to unmute. That's all I can do.
Yeah,
okay, Jack is here. Jack, you're on your phone, is that correct?
he's on his phone, but you can't hear him because he's not muted.
I understand
I mean,
that.
he's
Right
muted.
now he's frozen.
No, he's not.
Oh, there he is. Well, sort of, he sort of is. Um, Jack, if you just touch your phone screen, you'll see the microphone option come up at the bottom and you can unmute.
He's not seeing that.
It's on the
Well,
right bottom. Right
Well,
bottom.
I have it on the left bottom, but
Oh,
okay.
okay, right bottom. Left bottom, I don't know.
well, I could share Jack's story.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jack. I don't want to waste people's time, but you can nod along as I share. Basically, I shared with him we were at a friend's wedding in Maine, and I did not follow up. I just mentioned it to him. About 5 years later, when my husband was a part of the company, had joined as a consultant after attending an event, he was on a walk and ran into Jack and his wife. They were walking their dogs. And at that point, Jack had been through a health situation, and he was much more open to hearing about this. And it was the right time for him. And so Dawn got on a Zoom with him and got Sean Poe on for third party validation. Jack had been through a cancer journey, and he got on the Tri-Synergizer, and he's also got a background as a triathlete, so he was very passionate about taking care of himself, and had incredible experiences with the Tri-Synergizer and subsequently the collagen. So, he just said, I gotta share this with people. And so there again, the fortune is in the follow-up. And so he came on board as a consultant, and he's been a part of our organization for a few years now, and he has never missed an event. He attends all events. So he's very passionate. He and his wife are in their 70s now, and he loves these products. So that's basically Jack's story. Did I do it justice, Jack? Thank you. So everybody, basically, this is what I wanted to share tonight. And, we all believe in these products so much. We know they're tried and true. There's my husband coming in with the dog. We know they're tried and true. We know we've got the studies. We know that we are unique in this space of activation. So just the fortune is in the follow-up. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and come back next week.